Legendary Pictures and Warner Bros. Just dropped the most unexpected piece of content ever. The teaser trailer and the title announcement for the upcoming sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong. The title being Godzilla x Kong The New Empire, which most probably means Godzilla and Kong The New Empire. For those of you who don't know, Godzilla x Kong The New Empire is supposed to be the sequel to the 2021 monster blockbuster Godzilla vs. Kong. The description for the movie we get in the teaser trailer is as follows. This latest entry in the MonsterVerse franchise follows up the explosive showdown of Godzilla vs. Kong with an all-new cinematic adventure, pitting the almighty Kong and the fearsome Godzilla against a colossal undiscovered threat hidden within our world, challenging their very existence and our own. The epic new film will delve further into the histories of these titans, their origins, and the mysteries of Skull Island and beyond, while uncovering the mythic battle that helped forge these extraordinary beings and tied them to humankind forever. That certainly sounds exciting, as I myself, including many other Godzilla and Kong fans, wanted to delve deeper into the history of the battle between the Kong and Godzilla species that we were told about in Godzilla vs. Kong. What actually had happened was never cleared in the movie, however this movie seems to be doing exactly that. Now let's not beat around the bush and get straight to the central attraction of this trailer. Who is this titan sitting on Kong's throne? At first glance, it seems to be Kong himself, and I thought the same. However, then it is revealed that he is sitting on a throne surrounded by a knee-deep pile of skulls and bones. And then the camera moves backwards to reveal the skulls of Godzilla as well as Kong. So, this is most definitely not Kong himself. Further proof being that if you look closely, this creature seems to be lankier and skinnier than Kong, resembling more of an orangutan-like creature rather than a gorilla like Kong himself. Even his eyes seem to be glowing, which many think is Kong's atomic or nuclear form from absorbing the energies in the Hollow Earth. But I don't get the logic why would the creators show the skulls of Godzilla as well as Kong if Kong is still alive. Many are saying this is the main villain of the movie, as the final shot of this teaser shows a close-up of this creature's face. It is most definitely a primate. It doesn't seem to be Kong, and I don't think it has red colored war paint on his face like many are saying it is. It's just the lighting of the scene which gives the illusion of him having a red face or red war paint on his face. The most standout feature about this creature we see is his blue glowing eyes. And if you remember the scenes from the Hollow Earth in Godzilla vs. Kong, you can identify this blue glow as the energy which flows throughout the Hollow Earth. It is also what powers Godzilla's blue atomic breath. Although the content you see in this teaser is promotional material only and is not actual footage from the movie, still this creature seems to be sitting on the exact same throne which Kong sat on in Godzilla vs. Kong. We know that the lair or the throne room which Kong entered in Godzilla vs. Kong belonged to his ancestors, where we saw many skulls and bones of the Godzilla species as well as axes made from Godzilla dorsal plates. And that environment had the exact same red hue to it which we see in this teaser. So what my theory is, the skulls we see in this teaser at the end do not belong to the Godzilla and Kong we know in this monsterverse, and rather belongs to the specimens who were their ancestors in the great war between the Godzilla and Kong species. And this orangutan or Kong-like creature sitting on the throne is Kong's ancestor who was the king of the Kong species, who led the war against the Godzillas. And it seems as if the Kong species were the ones who won the war against the Godzillas, since his eyes seem to be glowing, indicating he was deeply linked with the Hollow Earth energy and is the only one surviving at the end of the war. And the bones we see all around him belong to both the Kong and Godzilla species who lost their lives in the war. The skulls we see only represent the Godzilla and Kong species. Remember that this movie is going to delve deeper into the history of the Great Titan War, and this teaser only seems to be indicating at that and not actually revealing the main villain of the movie. This primate Kong-like creature does not seem to be the main villain of the movie to me. So that brings up the question, if this primate titan is not the main villain of the movie, then who is? Could it be Biolante? Or could it even be Destoroyah? Sadly, I think it's neither of them. Biolante doesn't fit in the flow of the Monsterverse according to me. But if they really want to add him into the Monsterverse, they will really need to change up his origin story, which they can, and he can exist in the Hollow Earth, but we have no proof of him being a reality in the movie yet. Destoroyah, on the other hand, really seems to fit into the Monsterverse continuity, as even in the original, his origins are linked to the oxygen destroyer used on the original Godzilla. And we did see the Oxygen Destroyer be used in the Monsterverse on Godzilla and Ghidorah in Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019. But I think that Destroyer is too big, too powerful, and too iconic to show up this early in the Monsterverse and should be treated as the Thanos of the Monsterverse and should only show up in the later projects as the final boss. And the more recent upcoming movies should be utilized as the experiment lab to experiment with new creature and monster ideas, as well as to establish this universe and work on the world building. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves, since this is just a 32-second teaser trailer for the movie and isn't even actual footage from it. We must wait at the least 6 to 8 months more for some sort of official full-length trailer from the studio themselves, or maybe even some behind the scenes leaks like we saw for Godzilla vs Kong. Without that, we don't really have much to go off of for the next 11 months, and can only wait until March of 2024 to see what the Monsterverse has in stock for us. Now, if you're as excited for Godzilla x Kong The New Empire as me, then please tell me your own theories in the comment section below. And if you are as much of a fan of the Monsterverse as me, then please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.